Hello and welcome back. In today's episode, I will be talking about each of our grooming tools as well as explaining the grooming process and how we do that here at LoveWay. So let's get started. Before we meet our friend Shanna, I wanted to show you where our grooming buckets are. The grooming buckets are located here in our tack room, and as you can see, each one of our horses has their own grooming bucket. So if you can get here early to help pre-groom your horse, you'll come in here, grab the green grooming bucket of your horse, take it out, help pre-groom, and then when you're done, you can bring it back. All right, that's where the grooming buckets live. Now, let's go meet Shanna. So this is our friend Shanna here, and Shanna would like me to let you know that here at LoveWay, there are two different locations to groom a horse. One location is to groom the horse while they're in the stall. The second location is to groom the horse in the cross ties. First, we're going to talk about cross ties. So this is what is called a cross tie. Each cross tie is located alongside the barn aisle. They are numbered 1 through 4, and the number is located right above. Now, each of the cross ties has 2 clips. This one is the clip that you will attach to the horse's halter. The second clip is what's called the safety or the emergency release clip. Now, those are the cross ties. Let's show you how to put a horse in one. First, you'll grab your horse's lead rope and open up their stall door completely so that your horse does not bump into the door when they walk out. You will then attach your lead rope to the ring that is underneath the horse's chin on the halter. Then you will walk your horse out at their own pace and turn them around in the barn aisle so that they are facing the arena. This is the direction that they will be in the cross ties. Always make sure you're keeping an eye on your feet when you're walking with your horse. You will then attach each cross tie to the horse's halter on the side using the clip end of the cross tie as we showed you earlier. Please make sure that the handle of the clip is facing outward and not inward toward the horse's face. This can aggravate them. So you will do this on both sides of your horse, and again, make sure you're keeping an eye on any other person around your horse. You will then detach or unclip the lead rope and place it back on the horse's stall. When walking behind your horse, it is safest to walk closely next to them and also place a hand on them so that they know you are there. When your horse is in the cross ties, we prefer you walk in front of them, just like this, especially when you're with your rider or student. So in each grooming bucket, you will find 4 pieces of grooming tools. The first one is what's called a curry comb and looks like this. The second is what's called the body brush and looks like this. The third is the mane and tail brush and looks like this. And the last grooming tool is the hoof pick. All right, now let's groom Shanna. The first grooming tool that you'll use is the curry comb as we just reviewed. You will start using this brush at your horse's neck and working your way back. You will want to make sure to use this on the meatier parts of your horse only, so avoid the legs and the face as it is a harder brush. And it is okay to apply a little extra pressure as we want to draw all of that extra hair and dirt that is below the surface to the top. Focus on the areas, especially where the saddle and girths go. These areas need to be cleaned before we start to tack. And if you're wearing gloves, please take your glove off to feel where the girth goes to make sure you didn't miss anything. You will use this brush in circular motions on both sides of your horse, just as I'm demonstrating here. The next grooming tool is the body brush. You will grab the body brush out of the grooming bucket and again start at your horse's neck and work your way back in a swiping motion, just like this. We're getting off all of that dirt and mud and hair that you brought up to the surface from the curry comb. And it's always a good idea to put another hand on your horse while you are grooming, in case they need to move then you'll be able to feel that and get out of their way, and especially watch your feet. So you'll use the body brush all over your horse's body on both sides, just like this. The third grooming tool is the mane and tail brush. You will grab this brush and walk over to the side where your horse's mane falls. You will then start at the end and work your way up the horse's mane. Keeping in mind that this step is very important for your rider and student to help with. If there's a time restraint or if they cannot help with any other step, this is a good one. Now when you're doing the tail, make sure you bring the tail over to you so that you're not standing directly behind your horse. Especially with your rider or student, allow them to be on one side of you and the horse on the other, so you are in between, and assist them as needed. The fourth and last grooming tool is the hoof pick. You'll get the hoof pick out of the grooming bucket and approach your horse on one side or the other, starting with the front hoof. You will then glide your hand gently down your horse's leg, just like this, and put a little extra pressure into their shoulder if needed. They should lift up their leg, just like Shanna is doing here. You will then want to support the horse's hoof in one hand while you're using the hoof pick in the other. You will then start with the outside of the hoof and flick any of that dirt or manure toward the ground and not toward your face. You will want to focus especially in the grooves of your horse's hoof so that there aren't any stones or rocks that would disturb them as they are walking. You want to avoid the inside of your horse's hoof or inside the V. That is called the frog and the most sensitive part of your horse's hoof. So you'll just focus on the grooves, just like where I'm showing you right here, to make sure they are nice and clean. You'll then approach one of the back legs and gently run your hand down their leg, just like this. They should pick up their hoof, but since the back legs do bend differently than the front legs, they may need to stretch. Just make sure you're supporting their hoof in one hand while you're using the hoof pick to clean it out in the other. Focus again in the grooves of the hoof, getting out any dirt or stones or rocks that may be wedged in between, and avoid the middle or the frog. Also make sure you're watching where your feet are, just in case the horse were to abruptly put their hoof down, you will not be in the way. When you're grooming the horse in the stall, whether you get here early to help pre-groom or if you're helping your rider or student groom their horse in their stall, you'll want to make sure that the horse is clipped up to the side of the stall using the cross tie that is located in each of our horses' stalls. You will gently move your horse's head toward the cross tie and use the end clip to attach to the ring that is located under the horse's chin on their halter, just like where we would put the lead rope. A safety tip when you are grooming your horse in the stall: when you need to go around your horse, you will not go in front of the horse and in between the horse and the wall. That is not safe. You'll want to go behind your horse to get to the other side, walking close to your horse and keeping a hand on them to let them know that you are there. That is the safest way. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about all of the different grooming tools that we use as well as the grooming process. Tune in next time to our next video where I will be showing you how we tack our horses. We'll see you then.